What's happening, YouTube? Anthony on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film with a brand new PRLostGalaxy2014 review. And today we are taking a look at my last Ninja Ranger from Hasbro's Power Rangers Lightning Collection for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, with today the final Mighty Morphin Ninja Ranger with Tommy in white, the Falcons, Justin Abel, Wing Lord of the Skies, whatever nickname you like to give. Tommy is the White Ninjetti Ranger. And so now that we got everybody for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers displayed on PRLostGalaxy2014 for the reviews for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and now that it's been 5 years, I've been reviewing these figures, and here I am reviewing all of the Ninja Rangers because I was going to get Tommy, as promised, the best for last. So your wish has been granted, everybody. So now that, and also part of Ninja Quest week, since we are on the 30th anniversary of the week of the airings for Ninja Quest parts 1 through 4, I also have fan commentary tracks for the Ninja Quest arc available and ready on my channel, and also plenty of video goodies to celebrate 30 years of the real premiere episode of Mighty Morphin Season 3. Of course, also to continue celebrating 30 years of the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie is also getting the Ninjetti Ranger figures as well. Since we did go over the Tangas, now we just got to go over the last of the Ninja Rangers with Tommy. Since I've already covered Kimberly and Catherine in pink, Aisha in yellow, Adam in black, Rocky in red, and Billy in blue in their ninja suits. So now let's go over Tommy as our last remaining Ninja Ranger remaining. And also, well, of course, when I got him on Amazon, he was very, very expensive because, again, ever since the passing of Jason David Frank in November 2022, 3 years ago, if you get anything Tommy Oliver, Jason David Frank related for Power Rangers, they are going to get expensive. So you better get it while you can, because, especially if you're lagging really behind on the Lightning Collection like myself, try and do whatever you can to get everything Tommy related, because especially from like the Bandai Legacy line and Hasbro's Lightning Collection, like I am, so be sure to try to get everything Tommy related while you can. And even though, again, I took a long time to get this rendition of Tommy until I get Mighty Morphin Green next time later, and whenever I get my hands on Red Zeo and Black Dino Thunder and Lord Draken. So here's the front of the package for the White Ninja Ranger with the Tommy head showing how his face looked in the movie, even though, yeah, when we get to it. And then also the masked face head that he had in the movie, and the fully face mask for the TV series, and the same basic generic Ninja Swift hand effect for the Lightning Collection, and then the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo on this part, and then the render of the White Ranger with that effect on the foot. So here you go. So with that being said, Ninja Ranger power now! And since that was a very bit of a really easy unboxing and review for the White Ninja Ranger, since he only has a few accessories: interchangeable hands, neck collar for when you put on the different heads for his Ninjetti outfit, and this lightning effect piece. Now let's go over those accessories before going into the figure. So, as with all the other Ninja Rangers, he comes with this very generic Swift lightning effect, where he's where you can either put it in the hand or put it in the foot, your choice. And this is exactly what the purpose for that effect is like if you want to smack a ninja, a Tanga in the face, and that is basically the purpose of this lightning effect piece for the Ninja Rangers. And then as for the interchangeable hands, we see them all the time. So you got the karate chop hand for Tommy and his ninja suit, just like the rest. And so you have that effect piece. If you want to represent, of course, the 1995 movie, you got the proper partially faced, partially masked, hooded Ninjetti face for all of the Ninja Rangers, Tommy included. So you have that, this accessory, to place this on if you want to do that. Or just like the TV series where, oh boy, as a black dude reviewing this, I really do not want to go there. But, obviously, I know a lot of people like the joke about Tommy's white ninja suit from the TV series, well, as opposed to the movie. But the TV series, whenever you do see this face, it does remind you of a certain cult that is very, well, you know. So, but it's just, again, you got that as the default headpiece for the figure, especially for like all the other ninja figures. But I decided to keep my Ninjetti Rangers unmasked because I want to showcase the actor likenesses on their ninja bodies as much as possible, just like in the movie. Of course, you also have the other heads like this for the other 5 Ninja Rangers as well, if you want to represent the movie. Do that, or keep this like the TV series stance where they had the fully faced hoods, not showing their faces at all, because of course they had to differentiate how they looked in the movie versus the TV show. I already made clear that while they do have the colored gloves to their suits, back in the '95 movie, as opposed to the TV series, when the Rangers first got these suits in the movie, they had the gloves on, but throughout the quest to find the great power in the movie's timeline, they were, they had bare hands shown. They didn't have the gloves, or I don't know if there was a behind the scenes reason why they didn't have the gloves still on, even when they were out and about looking for the great power to save Zordon in the movie. But at least they kept the gloves intact for the TV series, even when in Ninja, they're morphed Ninjetti forms in the TV series. Yeah, but again, that white Ninja Ranger, yeah, I'm going to have to change that hood and place a civilian Tommy head on that in a couple minutes. So put that away. I'll put this back with the other Rangers to see how he stacks up, and basically have them all in order, like how in the in the movie when they were looking for the great power. Okay, so now for this Tommy head. I was a little skeptical about this Tommy head at first because this is yet again another attempt at another Hasbro attempt from them, trying to make this still look like Jason David Frank as Tommy. In some angles it looks like him, in some angles it doesn't, but sometimes it just makes him look like somebody else. I just can't believe that they just can't seem to get Tommy's likeness right sometimes. Like, when you do get a few figures of him, it will look like JDF, and oftentimes it'll look like somebody else, or just looking like some off-brand, knockoff looking likeness of JDF, using AI images or something. Of course, this was not all AI or anything, but it's just at times they just, Hasbro, the only time they kind of got Tommy's likeness right on any of these figures was the Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Green Ranger. And that was like probably the only time they got his likeness for him right. But for the White Ranger, White Ninjetti, and Black Dino Thunder, and Red Zeo, they just can't get Tommy's likeness right for shit. I don't understand. But then again, he got the ponytail because most of the movie, Tommy had the ponytail. So does this even look like JDF? I mean, in some angles, like the eyebrows don't look like him, the face don't look like him, the jawline doesn't look like him. So that's what puts me off a little bit. But again, in some angles it still looks like JDF, and sometimes it doesn't. But let's take the head off, the other head off, and put on the Ninja. The Ninja Ranger head off to put on the neck collar for the when the Ranger is unmasked. Yeah, that was a little hard. And then we put this on, and then we got Tommy just like this, just like in the movie. But just make sure this is right and not and not all messed up. Yeah, that's the thing with the Lightning Collection. Sometimes the ball joints will be effective, and oftentimes they don't. And here's Tommy, how he looked in the movie, ponytail and all. And so, of course, this is more of his movie appearance. But in the Ninja Quest, during the TV series, Tommy had that long, tied back hairstyle that he had during the 4-parter. But the figures decided to go for his movie appearance rather than the TV show appearance, especially when he first got the ninja powers and in the TV show. So I don't know why they couldn't go with that head as opposed to this. But if you're going to do anything for the movie, you really should have also gave us like civilian figure molds of the Rangers and their civilian forms from the movie, because knowing most of the Rangers had mostly all white to their outfits, while let's see, who was the only Ranger that had like, oh yeah, Aisha was the only one with a sweatshirt. Everybody else was wearing all sleeveless clothes and stuff. And Tommy and Adam were like wearing long pants, while Rocky, Kimberly, Aisha, and Billy were all wearing shorts and stuff. So I think that they really could have gave us also civilian figures of the Rangers, civilian bodies to replicate their looks from the movie before going into those armored movie suits and the ninja suits. But they could have did it. I mean, of course they gave us the Tangas, but they didn't also, Tangas with the ooze and the beaks, but no Ivan Ooze, no, movie figures of the Rangers, like nothing. But of course they have to do stuff to replicate what was in the TV series, because some folks feel as though the movie should be canon to the TV show, while others say no, it should stay not canon to the show, regardless of the fact that the cast from the show did do the movie, but due to the fact that its placement and story is non-canon otherwise. But still. And yeah, so you have Tommy and his unmasked form from like in the movie, and of course they could have gave us a different head, like to replicate how he looked in the TV series when he had like his long locks of hair tied back up, like in as seen in Ninja Quest. But again, okay, so now as for in terms of the detail and features, since this is very white, literally because Tommy was the White Ranger during this era, seasons 2 and 3, particularly season 3 Tommy, when he got the ninja suit, I really do like the pure whiteness on this figure, and I do like the amount of wrinkle detail on the White Ranger figure. I mean, nothing against the others, but look at how much amount of detail and how much wrinkle detail they did put to Tommy's ninja suit. So okay, so let's take a look at articulation points. As with all the other Mighty Morphin Rangers, well, actually, unlike the others, Tommy is probably the only one I can think of where the butterfly joints on the arms can spread out, because despite when looking at Rocky, Adam, and the rest, you couldn't really do much with the butterfly joints on their arms at all. I don't know why they couldn't do it with the others. Abdomen crunch you definitely can't do, because due to the front part of the suits being cloth in the back as well, so you can't do that either. As for elbow crunch, well, elbow crunch is what you would expect. The elbow crunch is all right on this one, and elbow crunch on this arm too, so got that going. And then you can twist around the upper legs for articulation points. You can bend the legs as well with the knee crunches. Ankle pivots, okay, no toe articulation. Ankle pivots, and then yeah. So Ninja Tommy is good to go. So now that we finally completed the Ninja Ranger team right here. So this does conclude my review on the Mighty Morphin Ninja Rangers for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I am happy that I finally completed this set of MMPR. Oh yeah, let's also include Catherine in there, since of course if you're not really a fan of Catherine in pink, well, I just gotta show off everybody. So yeah, now we got everybody from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in their ninja suits, and now that's one batch of MMPR figures I said I was going to complete in 2025, and I did it. So now all that leaves is just now for Mighty Morphin figures that I have to complete now. You got Tommy as the Green Ranger left, then you got the metallic armor Mighty Morphin left, and the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, and I don't know about the Omega Rangers. Since the Omega Rangers was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, I don't know where I'll find them now, because I don't think they're on Hasbro Pulse's website anymore. And I know I missed my chance on that, so I'll have to eBay it up, I guess. So Ninja Rangers for Mighty Morphin is complete, and wait until I get Tommy and Green, the Metallic Armor Rangers, and Alien Rangers, and then that's all the sets of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers I'll ever have in my Power Rangers collection nowadays, in my just in general, because you know, even though they're going to keep making more Mighty Morphin stuff, I just think that I'm happy with the sets that I got. Especially after going over at the time of this recording, if you see my Super 7 Ultimates reviews for MMPR, I'm already happy that I already got that set completed too. And the Legacy figures from Bandai. So now this is really, really complete. So my Ninja Quest, everybody, is complete. After it took me 6 months to get this review out, since I've reviewed the Core 5 Rangers in their ninja suits, it took me 6 months to do Tommy in white, so we can just, so I can, show off how far I've come since 6 months ago reviewing these, and again, it's only been 6 months. So yeah, and again, the Ninja Ranger Tommy figure was going to be very expensive. I paid about like $60 for him when I could, but I had the money, of course, so I managed to get him while I could. And yeah, I mean, this was a really decent set of Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figures I actually got in my collection thus far, and to show off the likenesses of the actors, even though Jason David Frank is sadly not with us anymore. But it's great to have a new figure. It's great to have yet another figure of him to represent, to keep his legacy alive and his spirit alive, even though he's not with us anymore. So, with that being said, I think that I'm pretty much done. But if there was anything, maybe probably get a Retro Morphin Ninjor figure to add, because I know that once I get Ninjor, that retro flip head Ninjor, this will stack up well with the Lightning Collection just fine. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, drop a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new Power Rangers review and other reviews to come. With that being said, thanks for watching.